More than 120 world leaders are descending on the United Nations headquarters, including the US President and UK Prime Minister. Australia's Prime Minister Tony Abbott is sending the Foreign Minister, despite being in New York the next day for a Security Council meeting. Major emitters China and India won't be sending their leaders either, but say they're committed to tackling climate change. Next year, China will ban sales of dirty thermal coal and cut imports generally by 50 million tonnes. India is still heavily reliant on coal, but is growing its solar energy markets. There'll need to be much greater commitments from China, the US and India if the world is to avoid dangerous climate change. This summit is about making that happen faster and has clear priorities in areas like agriculture, energy and transport. The ambitions laid out in New York will then feed into formal negotiations in Peru later this year, with the goal of having new emissions targets finalised by December next year. The spectre of the failed Copenhagen climate talks remains firmly in the background, but many of the world leaders who were around back then in 2009 have moved on. The UN is hoping that means there'll be fresh perspectives.